lovers, book readers, book friends. Welcome to Read This Book. I'm your book hostess, LaShonda, bringing you this week's book review of Homewrecker by Zenny Daye. And she is a brand new spanking author who has released Homewrecker a couple of months ago. And I had the privilege of reading it. And y'all, this book right here, I don't think that I've ever read a book where I hated every single character. Like, I wanted to throat punch every single character. This book is peak drama. It is peak fuckery. It is peak, hold on, wait, what had happened? I had to stop and go back and reread stuff like, no, that didn't happen. It was like, I'm reading it and I'm like, okay, that's messed up. That's messed up. Oh, that happened. That's so much drama. What else had happened? And it's like, she was like, well, hold on. Let me add this in here and see what you think about that. So what is Homewrecker about? It is a story about two MMA fighters, Joshua and California Cody. Joshua is the reigning champion, and he is a narcissistic, arrogant, manipulative asshole. Think Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. And California Cody is the epitome of white trash, down on your luck, do anything to survive type of person. Think an American version of, no, not Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor is kind of sexy. Think like if Kid Rock was an MMA fighter. Yeah. So you getting a picture here? And then enter in Arabeca. Arabeca is the owner of this gym. She's a coach, a manager, and she's married to Joshua. And she is extremely unhappy for all of her business success. She's miserable. She's a hot flaming mess. And so you have these three people where California Cody is determined to make Joshua fight him for the championship because he's undefeated as well. And he needs this fight because he's dead broke. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with his family life. And he hatches this plan where he is going to go ambush Arabeca and show her this footage and like sell it. And when he gets to the gym, he's surprised that Joshua is there and that it's a family thing that he's interrupted, and he feels like an asshole, which he should. And it picks up from there where his plan didn't work out. You know, Joshua is like, I'm not giving you a fight. You know, you're beneath me, peasant. Like, the worst. And so you're reading this story and you're reading the motivations by all three people. Why Cody is doing the antics he's doing. Why Joshua is basically being king a-hole, and why Arabeca is just this shell of a woman that's going through life who, God, there is nothing to like about these people. Oh my God. So anyway, Cody doesn't pull off his plan. He ends up sneaking into her gym and is basically squatting in her basement. And her daughter finds him, and basically Arabeca takes him in and it's like, okay, if you want this fight, this is what we're going to have to do. And they hatch this plan to get Joshua to basically concede to having the fight. And so you're reading through, and the story is, you know, he's trying to train for this fight. There's this chemistry happening between him and Arabeca. Mind you, she's still married to Joshua, even though they are basically living separate lives. And you have just all of this mess, this drama, this foolishness between them. You know, does she cross the line or not? you know, Cody's like down for whatever, because what does he have to lose? So you have just all this peak drama, all this just crazy. You got this chemistry happening between them. You got the constant drama between Joshua and Arabica and their children, which, oh my God, that's a whole nother story. And it comes down to, they're supposed to have this championship fight. He's training for it, you know, they're moving on with their lives, or so they think. And then Arabica gets attacked by one of the fighters, and Cody goes to help defend her and try to save her life, and he ends up getting messed up, y'all. It was brutal. Okay, I was like, oh my God, please, just please, please. It was brutal. I mean, just think about a MMA fighter hyped up on the worst type of drugs. They have like super strength, and then here's you, a mere mortal. Yeah, Cody, man. If there was anything, I had to give him kudos for that. I had to give him kudos for, you know, basically going to defend Arabica and try to save her life and try to save theirs. But at the end of the day, he ended up losing that fight because he got hurt really, really, really bad. I mean, he got messed up, y'all. Messed up. And so then, you know, there's this whole, okay, I don't have the fight. I don't have anything to give her. He was counting on the payday from the fight so they could start their life over. And then Arabica is being manipulated by, you know, all these people. And it's just peak drama again. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going to happen? And Zenny was like, hold on. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And when I tell you, she opened up the lid on the box of crazy and let all the crazy come out, it was craziness. It was craziness. What happened? It was craziness. And so they end up getting another fight. And it's just, it was savage. It was savage. It was brutal. It was like, I could visualize like I was there in that arena and I was watching it unfold. I was so invested into it. And it was magnificent. It was a magnificent, magnificent fight. But there was nothing redeeming about these people. Usually in a story, you have the villain, you know, you have the hero, and you have the happily ever after, and it's nice and pretty, and you wrap it up in a bow and like, that was great. This story was not that. It was not that for me, because all of them had issues, okay? Arabica was manipulative. She was, she was manipulative. Cody was manipulative. Joshua was just, he was narcissistic. He was just out of control. I mean, the things that he did to her for no reason whatsoever was just crazy. There was no way to like him. There was nothing redeeming about him. At least with Cody, California, his persona, you know, when you got to the end all be all of why he was like that, you're kind of like, oh, okay. But even at the end of the book, I was still like, oh yeah, that's great, Cody. But there was nothing redeeming. I didn't feel happy for him. I didn't feel happy for him that he got his happy ending. I was kind of like, yeah, for all the shit that you did, I guess. And it was the same for Arabica. It's like, even all the things that she went through and how she was treated and stuff, just how the things that she said and did to manipulate Cody made me not like her. And I was like, I don't care if she gets a happy ever after either. But all right, we'll go for it. This is the first book where I can truly say that even though that there was nothing that I found redeeming about them, the story was well written. It had all the drama. It had, I don't know, it didn't have sexy. It had debauchery. It had drama, debauchery, manipulation. It had just family issues. It had peer pressure. It had bully. It was so many layers to this story that I didn't even care. I didn't even care that I didn't like them. I didn't care. I was like, whatever. Okay. That's how it ended. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. It ended the way that it was supposed to. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, for me personally, I did not find anything redeeming about these characters that made me want to wrap this story up in rainbows and butterflies and put a bow on it and be like, mwah, that was great. They got a happy ending that way. It was very much the opposite feeling, and I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed this story very, very much. So if you want to give a new author a chance, if you want to read about these dysfunctional MMA fighters, if you want to read about peak drama, peak fuckery, peak just what could possibly happen next, then this story is for you. It is Homewrecker by Zenny Daye. So until next time, read a good book.